So the next topic in what is the next topic is root mean square RMS value. Yesterday I just introduced what is that RMS value of AC. So today we'll see some definition of this and some problems connected to the topic whatever we have done up to now. So that is the next part. It is it is defined as defined as the the value of alternating current alternating current AC over a complete cycle over a complete cycle which would generate which would generate same amount of same amount of same amount of heat in a given resistor heat in a given resistor that is that is generated that is generated by steady current by steady current that is generated by steady current in the same resistor in the same resistor in the same resistor and in the same time and in the same time and in the same time during a complete cycle during a complete cycle. See, the thing is that for the mean value we have considered only half cycle, but whereas for the RMS value we need to consider entire full cycle. We need to consider the entire full cycle. We need to consider the entire full cycle. So this is the aspect. Please note. So please note up to this. So for the mean value, it is half cycle what we have considered. For the root mean square value, you will consider the entire full cycle, and the mean value is 0 for the complete cycle. These are the points yesterday I told you you have to keep in mind. And that is actually 63.7% of the peak value is the mean value, whereas the RMS value is actually 70.7% of the peak value. These aspects you have to keep in mind. So now we will derive the stuff. I hope I can clear. Anyway, video will be shared with you. Now, it is also called virtual value. Virtual value. The RMS value is also called virtual value or effective value of AC, or effective value of AC. This is another important point which you have to know. So if you consider this, as I told you, this is the full wave. Now this is the current versus time. This is the full wave what you have. Current versus time, this is the full wave. And now the RMS is calculated for the full wave. This is like T by 2 at this position, and here it completes the total time period T. Okay, here it completes the total time period T. And now what I have to do is that the steady current has to be passed for a time period of T only. And now whatever the heating effect you observe with the steady current, the same effect you will observe with this one. Then whatever that value of I, then you will call it as the peak, RMS value. So it is represented as IRMS. It is represented as IRMS. I told you this is 70.7% of I peak. That is I naught. So if I write ERMS, that is about 70.7% of E naught. So I also told you one more thing, that I naught by root 2. This is also E naught by root 2. And the 1 by root 2 value you have to remember, that is 0.707. These are some of the things which you have to keep in mind while doing this entire chapter. These are the things you have to remember. And the 2 by pi is the other value you have to remember, that is 0.637. These are some of the few values you have to remember while doing this particular chapter. 1 by root 2 value 0.707, 2 by pi value is 0.637. Now, I hope you have noted the next part. Let I, so we are going to prove that IRMS, what I'm going to do is this one. IRMS is I naught by root 2, that is 0.707 I naught. This is what I am going to prove now. So how do we do that? Let I be the current flowing through the resistor R and produces a heat of H. It produces a heat of H. This much heat it will produce. Okay. Now, and it is passed through a time of T, and it is passed through a time of T, capital T. That is the time period. Whatever is the time, that is the time period is what we are T. Now we know the equation the instantaneous current. This is also called, I will write this I naught sine omega t. Whatever the expression we are writing, this is called instantaneous current. Instantaneous current. So whatever the expression we are writing, that's instantaneous current. Okay, this is called instantaneous current. Instantaneous current means I. And this is called instantaneous current. Okay, no confusions hereafter. And now I naught is called peak value. Okay, peak value of current. So that is the maximum value it will reach. And omega, you know, that is angular frequency. Angular frequency. So omega is given by 2 pi by t. Omega is given by 2 pi by t. This is called angular frequency. Okay. Now please note these things. Now let me clear this one. Can I clear? Clear this. Now let dH be the small amount of heat, small amount of heat produced when, let dH be the small amount of heat produced when the current I is passed through the resistor R for a time interval of dt. So assume this condition that we got this. So we know this condition that H, the amount of heat produced, is I square RT. This is very important expression. The amount of heat generated, okay, is given by H is equal to I square RT, square of the current. So, or this is how the expression is connected. That is also written as VIT. So, voltage into current into time, that is one way. The other way is I square RT. These two expressions you have to remember. This is the amount of heat generated when a current I is passed through a time of T in a given resistor R. So that is one thing. These two expressions you have to remember. Now here, the dH is given by I square R into dt. So because this is the amount of time dt is passed through the resistor R, the current is I. But we know that I is equal to I naught sine of omega t, right? This is what we have taken. So this we are going to plug in instead of I square. So dH happens to be I naught square sine square omega t, right, into R into dt. This is what you can write. Hope I am clear. And now to get the total H, what we got to do is the integrate we have to integrate for the time interval 0 to t. Okay, to get to the total heat output. So the total heat can be calculated by using the integral 0 to t I naught square r. We'll write this separately, I naught square r into sine square omega t dt. Okay, now we'll write this. I naught square into r is a constant, so anyway it will be removed. I naught square r, it can be removed out of the integral. Now the integral goes to the integral 0 to t sine square omega t dt. Now after noting, I will tell you. Yeah, once noted, please let me know. I hope.
Noted, sir.
Yeah, I hope I'm clear. Now we can clear this. And now what you have to know is integral 0 to t sine square omega t dt. This integral happens to be simply t. So I will not solve the integral. This is some involved mathematics is there. So don't worry much about this. You can write 1 minus 2 cos omega t. All this integral stuff I don't want to do. So the integral is simply equal to t. So the answer for h happens to be I naught square RT divided by 2. But the heat produced is because of the RMS current. So IRMS square RT. Assuming that the RMS current is flowing through that, this is the heat output. These two can be equated. So why? Because if RMS is the RMS value of the alternating current, H is the heat produced. Okay. So that is how the definition of RMS is. For the time period of T, it is passed, then whatever the heat produced is because of the RMS current. So based on the funda, we can equate these two. So the RT part can be removed. So IRMS square happens to be I naught square divided by 2. This is from the definition we have written this. From the definition, initial definition, what we have written for the RMS, from that we have written this. So IRMS happens to be I naught by root 2. Taking square root on either side to get this expression I naught by root 2. So the 1 by root 2 value I already told you. So you get IRMS as 0.707 I naught. So this is what the RMS value. So IRMS is 70 point. So in the terms of the percentage, IRMS happens to be 70.7% of the peak value. So these are the important expressions what you have to keep in mind. And similarly, so please note it. So I can clear this, I hope. Now let's solve the problems. Let's solve the problem. The instantaneous current, the instantaneous current from an AC source, is given by is given by I is equal to 5 sine 314t. So find IRMS. The question is find IRMS. So this is the question. So how to deal with this one? So here we compare with the expression I is equal to I naught sine omega t. So when you compare this, the I naught value we can read out as I naught is equal to 5. So IRMS happens to be I naught by root 2. So that is 1 by root 2 is 0.707. This value you have to remember. The I naught value is 5. So when you plug in, how much you get? Please calculate. Let me know. Okay. So this one you can calculate. So I can write it as 707 divided by 1000 into 5. So I write it as 700 plus 7 multiplied by 5 whole divided by 1000. 700 into 5, that is 3500 plus 35 divided by 1000. Okay, and now that is 35 by 1000. So it will be 35 no, so 3.535 amps. So that is my IRMS. I hope you are clear how to solve this problem. Shall we go through another question? Can you clear? I hope so. Next one. Calculate the instantaneous voltage calculate the instantaneous voltage for AC supply of 220 volts and 50 hertz. That's all they have given us. Now, always remember that 220 volts, whatever we are telling, that is called RMS value. Whatever in the question here, what they have given is VRMS. For 220 volts power supply, always we tell about the RMS values. Calculate instantaneous voltage for an AC supply. Normal, they will not give the peak value. They will give the instantaneous value. So VRMS is 220 volts. So, but what we want is peak value, that is V naught. We want V naught and VRMS, how they are connected. VRMS happens to be, first we have to calculate V naught. VRMS is V naught by root 2. And the V naught value is called the peak value, that is root 2 times VRMS. So V naught, root 2 is 1.414, that's the value of root 2, and the RMS value is 220. So when you plug in that, this works out to be around 311 volts. 311 volts. It works out approximately to be 311 volts. Okay. Now this is what you get. Now we will write the instantaneous voltage as V is equal to V naught sine. What is omega? See, they have given the frequency as 50 hertz. 50 hertz. The omega is given by 2 pi f. 2 pi f. So the omega value happens to be 2 pi into 50. So that is 100 pi. I hope you got it. What to do this for omega. So sine of omega t we had to write. Omega t. So the omega part is 100 pi. V naught. The V naught value is 311 volts. Okay, forgot to plug in that. So we'll plug in V is equal to 311 into sine of omega value we got 100 pi, and t will leave it as it is. This expression itself is called instantaneous value. This is called instantaneous value. This expression, total expression what we have written is called instantaneous value. Instantaneous value. Clear? Once you get familiar with this, then you can do this. You have to get familiarized with this wordings and all stuff. Little bit difficult initially for the beginners. So we solve many problems so that you will have, today the idea is I will solve some few problems so that you will get accustomed with this particular thing. So once clear, please let me know. Can I clear? Hopefully. Yeah. Third one, we'll see. Third question. Question number 3. Third question. The third question goes like this. In an AC circuit, the RMS voltage is they're given it directly. RMS voltage is 100 root 2 volts. They are given it directly. Determine the peak value. Determine the peak value of voltage and voltage end. Determine the peak value of voltage end mean value and mean value during positive half cycle. During positive half cycle. In an AC circuit, the RMS voltage is 100√2 volts. Determine the peak value of voltage and mean value during positive half cycle. This is what we have given. And now, how do we deal with this? Now, you know that VRMS, I'll write a different V, that is the voltage. VRMS, they have given us 100√2. So, the VRMS, we know that it is equal to V0 by √2. That is the peak value of the voltage divided by √2. And now the V0 happens to be √2 times VRMS. So let's plug in the things. So V0 happens to be, the VRMS value is 100√2 volts, of course. So 100√2 times √2. So that happens to √2 into √2 is 2. So that is 200 volts. That's 200 volts. That is the peak value. And what is the mean value? We have to calculate the mean value. The mean value is 0.637 times cutoff V0. Okay. So 0.637 into, that is 63.7%, right? So 0.637 times the V0 value is 200. So when you do that, you get about 127.4 volts. So you get about 127.4 volts. So hence the answers for you. So here, that is the positive half cycle they asked. So that is for, we'll mention the positive half cycle is from 0 to T by 2. That is positive half cycle. That is positive half cycle 0 to T by 2. I hope I'm clear with this.
Clear, sir.
Yeah, good. One more. Fourth problem. Problem number 4. The current through an AC circuit, the current through an AC circuit is I is equal to I0 into, they have given a very different function P by T. So like this they have given. No. For some time, determine the RMS current RMS current. Determine the RMS current through the circuit. Through the circuit over a time interval. Over a time interval. Over a time interval 0 to t. So this is what they have given us. So the determine the RMS current through the circuit over the time interval is what they ask. Now there are some certain expressions like you have to remember. There is something called the mean square current. First, the mean square current. Mean square current is given by, it is called I bar square. It is called I bar square. For this, we'll take root. It is given by 1 by t into integral 0 to t. 1 by t means the entire time. T minus 0. That is the full cycle time into integral 0 to t I square dt. So this is the expression what you have to remember. But I square is nothing but I naught square into t by t. So we'll write that. So 1 by t into integral 0 to t I naught square into t square by t square dt. So let's plug in these things. And now that is I bar square, that is the mean square current. So that is 1 by t into t square, that is 1 by t cube, into you got t square integral is t cube by 3 under the limits 0 to t. When you substitute this, I will get 1 by t cube into t cube by 3. You get 1 by 3. The answer you get is 1 by 3. And now the RMS means you have to take root of this mean square. So the root of the mean square is 1 by root 3. That's the answer. That's the required answer for you. Of course, I forgot to write this I naught here, I think. Yeah. I naught I forgot. I naught square I forgot to write. I naught square I forgot to write. That is I naught square by root 3. So that is I naught by root 3. So I naught square I forgot to write. So that's sufficient today, and then we will continue with another topic tomorrow, that is called phasor diagrams. If I can conduct the tomorrow class, I will let you know. Otherwise, there may not be class tomorrow. The next class will be on Monday. I will let you know about that. This is sufficient. This 4 questions and then this concept what we have discussed is sufficient. I hope you are little bit familiar with the peak value and the mean value and the RMS value with these 4 questions, hopefully. So if you have any doubts, please look back into the video, or you can post me if you have any particular doubts about this up to the things what we have discussed between the classes yesterday and today. Yeah, thank you all. So this is what we have today. I cannot deal much. I have some other work. Now this much is sufficient. The next class will meet with a different topic. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am.